Most people expect a French Bulldog to be charming. The breed has built a reputation for personality, companionship, and an ability to make people smile. What many owners do not expect is how different daily life can feel once a French Bulldog becomes part of it. The change is often subtle at first. A new routine develops, a familiar face begins appearing everywhere. Before long, many owners find themselves saying something similar. Living with a French Bulldog feels different. The interesting part is that the feeling can be difficult to explain to people who have never owned one. It often sounds like an exaggeration until you experience it yourself. Yet French Bulldog owners repeatedly describe many of the same experiences. Different households often arrive at surprisingly similar conclusions. Part of what makes the experience feel different is the breed's personality. French Bulldogs often have a way of making themselves impossible to ignore. Owners frequently describe dogs with personalities that seem much larger than their physical size. The breed often becomes a source of entertainment without even trying. Simple moments can suddenly become memorable. An expression, a routine, or a familiar reaction can make people laugh. Over time, these moments accumulate. The dog becomes associated with countless positive memories. Many owners find themselves paying attention to their French Bulldog more often than they expected. The dog naturally becomes part of the focus of daily life. This influence grows gradually. Most people do not notice it happening. Then one day they realize how much of their routine now includes their Frenchie. Another reason living with a French Bulldog feels different is the constant companionship. Many owners describe a dog that wants to remain involved in everyday life. The breed often seems interested in whatever is happening. Being nearby appears important. Owners quickly become accustomed to having a companion who is always present. The dog becomes part of ordinary activities. Simple household routines become shared experiences. Familiar tasks rarely happen alone. This level of involvement creates a unique sense of connection. The relationship feels active rather than passive. Many owners eventually realize they have grown accustomed to the constant presence. It becomes part of normal life. The companionship often feels unusually consistent. That consistency leaves a strong impression. French Bulldogs also tend to create routines very quickly. Owners frequently notice how naturally the breed becomes part of the household rhythm. Favorite spots develop. Familiar habits emerge. Before long, everyone in the home knows exactly what to expect. The dog's routines become part of family life. This familiarity strengthens the bond. The relationship becomes increasingly comfortable. Owners often find themselves looking forward to familiar daily interactions. Small moments gain significance. The dog becomes woven into the structure of everyday life. The influence feels larger than expected. That integration is one reason the ownership experience stands out. Many French Bulldog owners also talk about the breed's ability to attract attention. The personality often seems impossible to overlook. Visitors quickly notice the dog. Family members frequently talk about the dog. Stories begin to accumulate. Everyday experiences become memorable conversations. Owners often find themselves sharing photos, stories, and observations far more than they anticipated. The breed naturally creates moments worth remembering. This social aspect becomes part of the ownership experience. The dog leaves an impression on other people as well. The attention often reinforces the emotional connection. Owners enjoy seeing others appreciate their Frenchie. The result is a dog that becomes central to far more interactions than expected. Another reason life with a French Bulldog feels different is the emotional connection many owners describe. The relationship often becomes surprisingly meaningful. The breed tends to thrive on companionship. Being close to people appears important. Owners frequently notice that the dog seems happiest when included. Participation matters. This creates a strong sense of mutual connection. Both owner and dog become accustomed to spending time together. The relationship gradually strengthens through everyday experiences. Shared routines become familiar and comforting. Many owners realize that their French Bulldog has become one of the most consistent parts of their day. The realization often arrives unexpectedly. That emotional consistency becomes one of the most rewarding aspects of ownership. French Bulldogs also have a remarkable ability to make ordinary days feel more interesting. Owners frequently mention the breed's sense of humor. Whether intentional or not, the dog often creates moments that people remember. Small interactions become entertaining. The personality shines through daily life. Familiar behaviors never seem to lose their appeal. Owners often describe laughing more than they expected. The dog becomes a source of enjoyment. This positive influence contributes heavily to the bond. People remember how the dog made them feel. Over time, the association between the dog and positive emotions becomes stronger. The connection deepens naturally. The effect is difficult to measure but impossible for many owners to ignore. Another factor is how quickly French Bulldogs become part of household identity. Family life gradually adapts around them. Schedules sometimes change. Routines evolve. The dog becomes part of daily planning without anyone consciously deciding it should happen. The process feels natural. Owners often discover that they consider the dog in countless small decisions throughout the day. The adjustment becomes automatic. This integration makes the relationship feel different from what many people originally expected. The dog occupies a larger role. Over time, the influence becomes difficult to separate from daily life itself. Many French Bulldog owners also notice how strongly they identify with the breed community. Shared experiences often sound familiar. Owners describe similar habits, routines, and personality traits. The stories frequently overlap. People who have never met one another often report remarkably similar experiences. The consistency is striking. That shared understanding reinforces the idea that there is something distinctive about living with the breed. The experiences feel personal while also being surprisingly universal. Many owners recognize themselves in other people's stories. Perhaps that is because the breed consistently creates the same kind of connection. The details vary, but the emotional experience remains familiar. Another reason living with a French Bulldog feels different is that the breed often becomes much more important than owners initially expected. At first, people anticipate companionship. They expect affection and entertainment. What they often discover is a dog that gradually becomes woven into nearly every aspect of daily life. The connection grows naturally. The dog becomes part of routines, part of conversations, part of family memories, part of household identity. This process happens slowly enough that many owners barely notice it at first. Then one day, the impact becomes obvious. The French Bulldog is no longer simply a pet sharing the home. It has become part of the way the home feels. That is why so many owners struggle to explain the experience. The difference is not usually one dramatic thing. It is the accumulation of countless small moments. The companionship, the personality, the routines, the laughter, and the connection. Those experiences build over time. Together, they create something memorable. And perhaps that is the real reason living with a French Bulldog feels different. Little by little, the dog becomes far more than a companion. It becomes part of everyday life in a way that many owners never fully expected.